बिल्कुल।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Meiraj. I am a level at Rehan Islamabad campus. So we are very popular in college. So today's topic is climate change and sustainability. So let's start. So ChatGPT, can you hear me?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
Okay. So my first question is, what is climate change and why it's happening?
बिल्कुल, पहला सवाल ये है, आबो हवा की तब्दीली क्या है और ये क्यों
Can you
अहम
speak
है?
in English and immediately point?
जी बिल्कुल, मैं तैयार हूँ। आप जब भी सवाल पूछे, मैं जवाब देने के लिए हाजिर हूँ।
ChatGPT in English. And my question
ठीक,
is, what is climate change and why it's happening? Give me 30 points.
आबो हवा की तब्दीली दरअसल ज़मीन के माहौल में तवील मुद्दती तब्दीलियाँ हैं, जैसे कि दर्जा हरारत का बढ़ना, मौसमों का गैर मामूली होना और गैसों के इखराज में। Got it. I'll switch to English. Just let me know what you need and I'm here to help.
So my first question is, okay, my first question is, what is climate change and why it's happening? Give me 30 points on it.
Absolutely. So climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperature, weather patterns, and other atmospheric conditions. It's important because it affects ecosystems, sea levels, weather extremes, and even human livelihoods. Let me know if you'd like more details or specific points.
Just give me 30 points on it.
Of course, here are a few key points. One, climate change is driven largely by human activities like burning fossil fuels, which increases greenhouse gas emissions. Two, it leads to rising global temperatures, causing glaciers to melt and sea levels to rise. Three, climate change also contributes to more extreme weather events like hurricanes, droughts, and heat waves. Let me know if you need more details on any of these. Absolutely. Here are 30 key points about climate change and sustainability. One, climate change is primarily caused by the emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. Two, deforestation contributes significantly to climate change by reducing the planet's capacity to absorb CO2. Three, rising global temperatures are causing polar ice caps to melt, leading to higher sea levels. Four, climate change threatens biodiversity, putting many species at risk of extinction. Five, extreme weather events such as hurricanes and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense. Six, climate change impacts agriculture, leading to food insecurity and reduced crop yields. Seven, renewable energy sources like solar and wind are crucial for reducing carbon emissions. Eight, energy efficiency and conservation can help lower greenhouse gas emissions. Nine, climate policies and international agreements like the Paris Agreement aim to limit global warming. 10, sustainable practices such as recycling and reducing waste help mitigate climate change. 11, the transportation sector is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. 12, public transportation and electric vehicles can help reduce the carbon footprint. 13, climate change affects human health, increasing the spread of diseases and heat-related illnesses. 14, climate justice is about addressing the disproportionate impact of climate change on vulnerable communities. 15, ecosystem restoration like reforestation can help absorb CO2 and restore biodiversity. 16, climate adaptation involves making adjustments to social, economic, and environmental practices to cope with climate impacts. 17, carbon pricing such as carbon taxes or cap and trade systems can incentivize emission reductions. 18, public awareness and education are crucial for promoting sustainable practices. 19, climate financing supports developing countries in adapting to and mitigating climate change. 20, sustainable urban planning can reduce energy consumption and improve resilience. 21, water scarcity is exacerbated by climate change, affecting communities and agriculture. 22, sustainable agriculture practices can help maintain soil health and reduce emissions. 23, climate change can lead to displacement of populations, creating climate refugees. 24, protecting wetlands and mangroves can help buffer against climate impacts like storm surges. 25, corporate responsibility and sustainable business practices are essential for reducing environmental impact. 26, climate change mitigation involves strategies to reduce or prevent the emission of greenhouse gases. 27, climate resilience refers to the ability of systems and communities to recover from climate impacts. Sure, here are 30 points about climate change and its impact. 1, climate change is primarily caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels and deforestation. 2, greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide
Okay,
and methane.
you give great point. So my next question is, how does global warming affect our daily lives? Give me 30 points. Sorry.
Absolutely. Global warming impacts our daily lives in several ways. For example, it can lead to more frequent and intense heat waves, which can affect our health and productivity. It can also impact agriculture, leading to food shortages or higher prices. Additionally, it can cause more flooding or extreme weather, which can disrupt communities and infrastructure. Let me know if you'd like to dive deeper into any of these aspects. Sure, here are 30 points on how global warming affects our daily lives. 1, heat waves become more frequent and intense, impacting health and comfort. 2, increased energy demand for cooling, raising electricity bills. 3, agricultural productivity can decline, leading to food shortages. 4, water scarcity becomes more common due to changing precipitation patterns. 5, rising sea levels can lead to coastal flooding and loss of property. 6, health risks increase, including respiratory issues from poor air quality. 7, 8, ecosystem disruption affects biodiversity and food chains. Other events. 10, displacement of communities occurs due to rising sea levels and natural disasters. 11, impact on fisheries as ocean temperatures rise and ecosystems change. 12, increased allergy seasons due to longer growing seasons for pollen. 13, changes in pest patterns leading to more infestations. 14, infrastructure strain as buildings and roads are not designed for extreme weather. 15, mental health effects due to stress from climate related events. 16, impact on tourism as some destinations become less attractive. 17, increased insurance premiums due to greater risk of damage. 18, impact on transportation with more extreme weather affecting travel. 19, loss of biodiversity, which can impact ecosystem services. 20, changes in growing seasons affecting local agriculture. 21, increased vulnerability of marginalized communities to climate impacts. 22, reduced crop yields leading to food insecurity. 23, increased frequency of storms causing damage to homes and infrastructure. 24, impact on human settlements as some areas become uninhabitable. 25, altered weather patterns affecting daily routines and activities. 26, increased heat related illnesses like heat stroke. 27, impact on renewable energy production as weather patterns shift. 28, changes in wildlife behavior impacting hunting and fishing. 29, greater need for climate adaptation measures like improved infrastructure. 30, increased awareness and action towards sustainability and reducing carbon footprints. Feel free to let me know if you want more detailed on any of these points.
Why are greenhouse gases dangerous for the planet? Give me 30 points. Sorry.
Absolutely. Here are 5 points on why greenhouse gases are essential for the planet. 1, regulate temperature. Greenhouse gases trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, helping maintain a stable and livable. Absolutely. Here are 30 detailed points on how global warming affects our daily lives. 1, more frequent heat waves lead to health issues like heat exhaustion and heat stroke. 2, increased energy consumption due to higher demand for air conditioning. 3, agricultural challenges as crops fail or yield less produce. 4, water shortages become more common due to altered rainfall patterns. 5, rising sea levels cause coastal erosion and loss of land. 6, health risks increase, such as respiratory problems from poor air quality. 7, more intense storms lead to property damage and infrastructure strain. 8, wildfire prevalence increases, threatening forests and homes. 9, biodiversity loss as species struggle to adapt. 10, economic impacts from disaster recovery and damaged infrastructure. 11, displacement of people due to uninhabitable conditions. 12, food security risks from changing growing conditions. 13, pest and disease pattern shift affecting crops and livestock. 14, increased insurance costs due to higher risks. 15, impact on mental health from climate anxiety and stress. 16, altered transportation patterns as weather impacts travel. 17, changes in water quality affecting drinking supplies. 18, impact on recreational activities like skiing or fishing. 19, increased costs of goods due to disrupted supply chains. 20, impact on energy production affecting renewable and non-renewable sources. 21, increased demand for disaster preparedness and resilience. 22, impact on cultural heritage as historical sites are threatened. 23, impact on global supply chains, causing delays and shortages. 24, increased frequency of extreme weather events disrupting daily life. 25, greater need for sustainable practices in everyday living. 26, changes in urban planning to accommodate new climate realities. 27, increased vulnerability of infrastructure due to extreme weather. 28, changes in local climates affecting regional lifestyles. 29, impact on wildlife that humans depend on for food or companionship. 30, increased global cooperation to tackle climate change and mitigate its effects. Feel free to let me know if you need more information on any of these points.
Okay, so my next question is to you is that how do rising sea levels affect coastal areas? Give me 30 points on it.
Sure, here are 5 points on how rising sea levels affect daily life. 1, coastal flooding. Higher sea levels lead to more frequent and severe flooding in coastal areas, damaging homes. Of course, here are 30 points on why greenhouse gases are essential for the planet. 1, natural greenhouse effect. Greenhouse gases naturally keep the earth warm enough to support life by trapping heat from the sun. 2, temperature regulation. They help maintain a stable and habitable temperature on Earth. 3, support for ecosystems. By maintaining warmth, they help sustain diverse ecosystems and biodiversity. 4, water cycle. Greenhouse gases play a role in maintaining the water cycle, including evaporation and precipitation. 5, climate stability. They contribute to a balanced climate, preventing extreme temperature fluctuations. 6, energy absorption. They absorb and re-radiate heat, which helps keep the planet warm during the night. 7, protection from extreme cold. Without them, Earth would be too cold to support life as we know it. 8, sustaining plant life. A stable temperature ensures that plants can photosynthesize effectively. 9, animal habitats. They help maintain suitable habitats for various animal species. 10, carbon cycle. Greenhouse gases are part of the carbon cycle, which is vital for life. 11, heat distribution. They help distribute heat more evenly across the planet. 12, climate balance. They contribute to a balanced climate that supports diverse life forms. 13, historical climate regulation. They have helped regulate Earth's climate over geological timescales. 14, support for weather patterns. They play a role in shaping weather patterns and climate systems. 15, human comfort. By moderating temperature, they help make the planet more comfortable for humans. 16, energy balance. They help maintain the energy balance between incoming solar radiation and outgoing heat. 17, climate adaptation. They have helped life on Earth adapt to various climate conditions over time. 18, support for ocean currents. They influence ocean currents, which are crucial for global climate. 19, mitigating temperature extremes. They prevent the planet from experiencing extreme temperature swings. 20, supporting life evolution. They have allowed life to evolve and thrive over millions of years. 21, balancing climate zones. They help create and maintain different climate zones on Earth. 22, promoting stability. They contribute to the stability of Earth's climate, making it more predictable. 23, supporting global climate systems. Greenhouse gases are integral to global climate systems, including the atmosphere and oceans. 24, maintaining ecosystem services. They help sustain ecosystem services that humans rely on. 25, influence on climate change.
Okay. Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is, what is the difference between climate change and weather?
Absolutely. Here are some key differences between climate change and weather. One, timescale. Weather refers to short term. Absolutely. Here are 30 points on how rising sea levels affect daily life. One, coastal flooding. Higher sea levels lead to more frequent and severe flooding in coastal areas, damaging homes, businesses, and infrastructure. Two, property damage. Increased flooding and erosion cause significant damage to homes and buildings along coastlines. Three, loss of land. Coastal erosion leads to a permanent loss of land, impacting communities and agriculture. Four, saltwater intrusion. Rising seas push saltwater into freshwater systems, contaminating drinking water and agricultural supplies. Five, impact on ecosystems. Coastal and marine ecosystems like mangroves and coral reefs are damaged by rising sea levels. Six, flooded infrastructure. Roads, bridges, and sewage systems in coastal areas become compromised. Seven, economic loss. The cost of repairing and adapting to damage is a significant economic burden. Eight, displacement of people. Communities living in low-lying coastal areas may be forced to relocate. Nine, impact on agriculture. Saltwater intrusion and flooding can ruin crops and reduce agricultural productivity. 10, tourism decline. Popular coastal destinations may become less attractive or uninhabitable, impacting tourism. 11, insurance costs. Higher risks lead to increased insurance premiums for coastal properties. 12, loss of cultural heritage. Historic sites and landmarks along coastlines are at risk of being lost. 13, public health risks. Flooding can lead to waterborne diseases and other public health issues. Injured for energy infrastructure. Power plants and refineries near coastlines are vulnerable to flooding and damage. 15, increased flooding frequency. Even minor storms can lead to significant flooding in vulnerable areas. 16, impact on fisheries. Rising sea levels can alter marine habitats, affecting fish populations and local fisheries. 17, reduce property values. Homes in flood-prone areas may lose value, affecting homeowners and local economies. 18, challenges for urban planning. Cities must invest heavily in adaptation measures like seawalls and elevated infrastructure. 19, migration pressure. Rising sea levels can lead to increased migration from affected areas, putting pressure on other regions. 20, changes in coastal landscapes. Beaches and coastlines may shift, impacting tourism and recreation. 21, increased maintenance costs. Infrastructure and public services require more frequent maintenance and upgrades. 22, impact on aquaculture. Fish farms and other aquaculture operations face challenges from changing.
Okay. Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is, what is the difference between, okay, what is sustainability important for the future? Give me 30 points on it.
Sure, here are 30 points on the difference between climate change and weather. One, time scale. Weather refers to short-term atmospheric conditions, typically days or weeks, whereas climate change involves long-term trends over decades or centuries. Two, scope. Weather is localized and can vary greatly from one place to another, while climate change refers to global patterns. Three, predictability. Weather can change quickly and is often unpredictable in the short term, whereas climate change is about long-term shifts and trends. Four, weather is influenced by short-term atmospheric conditions like temperature, humidity, and wind, while climate change is driven by factors such as greenhouse gas emissions and human activities. Five, weather can change within hours or days, but climate change unfolds over much longer periods, often decades to centuries. Six, measurement. Weather is measured in real time and includes variables like temperature, precipitation, and wind speed, while climate is assessed using long-term data averages over many years. Seven, variability. Weather can be highly variable and unpredictable day to day, whereas climate change reflects more stable long-term shifts and patterns. Eight, impact. Weather affects daily activities and short-term planning, while climate change influences long-term environmental conditions and societal planning. 9 examples, weather examples include a rainy day or a heat wave, while climate change examples include global warming or shifts in long-term weather patterns. 10 effects on nature, weather affects nature in immediate short-term ways, while climate change leads to long-term shifts in ecosystems and biodiversity. 11, human activities, weather is natural and can occur without human influence, while climate change is significantly driven by human activities like burning fossil fuels. 12, scientific study, weather is studied through meteorology, while climate change is studied through climatology and environmental science. 13, data duration, weather data is collected over short periods, while climate data involves long-term averages and trends. 14, adaptation, weather adaptation involves short-term responses, while climate change adaptation focuses on long-term planning and resilience. 15, predictive models, weather forecasting uses short-term predictive models, whereas climate change models look at long-term scenarios and projections. 16, seasonal versus long-term, weather can be seasonal like winter or summer, whereas climate change involves shifts in long-term climate patterns. 17, global versus local, weather is local and can vary from one location to another, while climate change is
Okay, so Meiraj, this was our calling. I hope you like to see another calling with the new interesting topics. So, last